Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most misunderstood yet powerful tools in our mixing toolbox, the compressor. If EQ is like the chisel on a stone, compression is like cleaning up the rough edges to make sure every detail shines through. Let's break it down in plain English and I'll show you how to use it on vocals, drums, bass, and guitars. My name is Ian Dutra from ID Sound. If you need help with your project, check out my portfolio and send me an email. I'd love to work with you. So what is compression? Imagine there's a singer who's whispering in one moment and belting the next. Without compression, the quiet parts get lost and the loud parts punch you in the face. A compressor evens that out. It pulls down the peaks and it can lift up softer parts so everything stays present and controlled. Under the hood, it works by setting a limit, called the threshold, and reducing it once it crosses that point. The amount it's reduced by is the ratio, but let's not get too caught up on the mathematics. We'll focus on how it feels and sounds. Let's look at the main controls. Imagine the compressor is the security guard at a concert venue where the noise limit is really strict. First we got the threshold, and that's the guard's too loud line. As long as the sound stays below, they don't react. Cross it and they step in. Next is ratio. This is how strict the guard is. A low ratio is like a polite tap on the shoulder, so you'll quiet down a bit. While a high ratio is like a death stare, so you really know you gotta quiet the f down. Attack is how quickly the guard reacts. A fast attack, under 5 milliseconds, stops the shout immediately. Perfect for taming sharp peaks like snare cracks or bass pops, but it can take away some punch. A medium attack, between 5 and 20 milliseconds, lets a little burst of energy through before stepping in, keeping drums lively and vocals natural. A slow attack, anything over 20 milliseconds, lets the crowd cheer out before reacting, which can add punch to kicks and percussive guitars. Then there's release, how quickly the guard relaxes. A fast release, under 50 milliseconds, resets immediately, great for quick hits like drums. A medium release, between 50 to 200 milliseconds, is smooth and steady, perfect for vocals and bass. A slow release, over 200 milliseconds, holds the crowd in check for longer, smoothing sustained sounds, but sometimes making things feel less lively. Finally, makeup gain. After calming the crowd, the energy might drop. So this is like encouraging the crowd to keep a steady cheer so the vibe stays alive. Now let's look at some practical examples. Vocals are front and center, and you don't want them getting buried or blasting people's ears. In Pro Tools, I have the Dyn3 compressor limiter with a threshold set so the loudest notes trigger about 6 decibels of gain reduction. Medium attack, medium fast release, so our security guard steps in quickly, but still lets the emotion come through. Mind you, this vocal was tracked through compression, so it's already quite consistent. But let's listen how it becomes even more solid with this compressor on.
I feel so lost, though it's not my first time on the side of the road. I feel so lost, though it's not my first time on the side of the road.
Drums need to be sharp and punchy. Slower attack lets the sound through, and a fast release resets for the next sound. But some genres call for a fatter drum sound, in which case you can lower the attack to tame the transients. Listen to how these drums come alive when we compress the drum bus. Bass is the heartbeat of the crowd. A medium fast attack and a medium release help keep it steady with a kick drum. Listen to how the bass locks in with a kick when the compressor comes on. On guitars, a low ratio smooths the performance without killing the energy. And although compression works different on electric and acoustic, the idea still applies. Listen to how the notes come through without getting in the way. Now let's listen to the whole mix with compression bypassed, then activated.
You know how they say don't talk to strangers. Well, I don't want the danger. I just want to get as far away as I can. I just want to find my way out.
You can hear how it brings out a lot of energy and it helps control dynamics. Always trust your ears and toggle bypass to check your work. With the security guard on duty, The mix should feel a lot more controlled and balanced, but still exciting. If it sounds flat to you, then you've got too strict a security guard. And that's compression in Pro Tools, concert security style. Keep it subtle, keep it musical, and let your mix breathe while staying in control. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which Pro Tools plugin you want me to dive into next. Until then, keep your mix in line and your crowd happy. Don't forget to check out my website to learn more about my services. Thanks for watching.